space to heal, relax, be yourself, and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica, sup, a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a very special healing session. We're going to work on calming your thoughts and just relax. Having a little bit of a storm right now, so hopefully that is relaxing more than anything as the rain comes down. If you're new to the community, come back every night, a part of your nightly routine for self-healing, for understanding, for compassion, and let's just get started. We start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer, just a prayer to bring us together and root us all in our individual healing experiences. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I touch you? Okay. Dear Mother, Father, God, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to the Reiki Masters, the Ascended Masters, Master Jesus, Master Buddha, Master Kutumi, Yamonja, Oshun, Mawu, and all the Taras. Please connect us to the Archangel, Spirit Guides, Animal Guides, lineage, our ancestors, and all of our highest vibrational good only, rooting us down in our individual healing experience and bringing us together as a community. I say all of this in the name of I Am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Any thoughts that do not serve you, to calm, calm the mind, to calm the mind, to surrender, and to save this moment, special moment. So there's a couple of things that we do. We can pluck away any kind of thoughts that are just like too much, taking up too much space, and we'll just remove those. We can also focus, and if you already know how to channel, you can do that. But we can focus on shifting the energy here. Shifting the energy. We can relax, just bringing a beautiful, calming relaxation over you, your body, and your energy. To be at one, to be at peace. Okay. As I was saying the prayer, I was actually thinking about spirit guides, animal guides, and what I call energetic helpers. Those could be your ancestors, your lineage, all of that. And I think it's always such a fun treat to learn more and more. If you're new to that, this theme, or the theme of this month on Patreon, where we do our mystical learning, is spirit guides and animal guides. We do the history, the education of it. We do the practice and how to connect. And then we apply everything that we learn into these moments. I don't know if you all connect with me on Instagram, but names, which are not indigenous to that area, is a borrowed concept that is used in Western astrology. Now, what was astrology doing at the time that it came about, or the mindset of building up? Okay. Now, first and foremost, every tradition around the world, every place has had their own ability to interpret the stars. Okay, they've had their own thought processes, and some have been well documented, and some have been lost, some have been stomped out. It's a lot of different things. So specifically, the root Western astrology is heavily influenced by Egyptian astrology, or Cometian astrology. Egypt is a name that was given to the area, and it was known by Kemet for much longer than that. And so all those who began to build the foundation of Western astrology and Hellenistic astrology would go to Egypt, Alexandria, all of those places, okay, to learn, to be a sharing of knowledge. That's why it is said that the burning of the Library of Alexandria was one of the let's do surrender, 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 and save, save, savor the moment. Surrender, 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 and save, save, savor the moment. Moment, moment, moment. Removing any clutter from out of your life, taking up too much space. Trauma, trauma. upset or admitting when something bothers you is a good thing. You can't keep it in. You don't have to pretend that everything is perfect all the time. But taking it to another level where it is no longer healthy for your body, that's what we want to protect against. And also knowing when to let it go. Because sometimes we'll get in a certain state. We'll be stuck in the state. And we start to attract the same energy that brought us into the state to keep us there. You'll know this if you ever complain to people close to you. And if they are one that feeds into the complaint, it is the environment that continues to build off of each other. And that actually becomes exhausting. But if they're one to listen, to allow you to have your moment, and to move on to whatever your next experience is, receptive to that, not freaking out, you know. You can have your natural responses, but not being stuck in paranoia or fear or insecurity, but keeping an open mind and an open heart to all that is around you, all that is available for this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful experience that we all have. This beautiful, 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 beautiful experience. Beautiful, 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 beautiful experience. Experience, 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 experience. We all have. We all have available to us, to us, to us. How are you feeling, love? How are you? You feeling better? It's gonna be okay. Don't you worry. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Everybody needs a day off from time to time. That's okay. And it's going to be okay. Gonna be okay. Just give you a nice little energetic massage. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. So, may I touch you? Okay. Dear Mother, Father God, in all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to the Reiki Masters, the Ascended Masters, Master Jesus, Master Buddha, Master Katumi, Yamonja, Oshun, Mawu, and all the Taras. Please connect us to the Archangels, Spirit Guides, Animal Guides, our lineage, our ancestors, and all for the highest vibrational good only, rooting us down in our individual healing experience and bringing it forth as a community. I say all of this in the name of I Am, Ashe. 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 So, let's just start with a little relaxation. I'm going to use this selenite wand to just go over your aura a little bit, okay? And just take some breaths. Taking your time. Relaxing. And letting, 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 letting go. Okay. Just let it go. It is time for a break. How long have you been just going strong and life is happening and you want to take a break? So let's just make sure we're getting your energy nice and aligned, clearing and cleansing your aura so that you feel good, you feel balanced, you feel relieved, moving anything that's taking up too much space. 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 So just bringing that all around you to have you relax. Now pull the energy down. What does that feel like? I know. If you don't know what it feels like, use your air. You can use a sensations. But if you do know what it feels like, pull the energy down. Bring it down. Take it from the head. Take it from the mind. Take it from the thoughts that are just going over and over and over and over and over again. And bring it down, nourishing the rest of the chakras. So taking it down from the crown and pulling it all the way down. Pulling, exist. We all just live in the present all the time. Now we know we can write down, like, yes, you did this, or that 2 days ago. But really, a lot of times, people can focus on a trauma that happened to them many years ago and not connect the fact that today is a different day. So where something existed in a small amount of time now has transcended through most lifetimes. And there are a lot of ways in which to deal with that, meaning if you have adequate help for mental and emotional health professionals, especially when those things happened, that's great. 9 times out of 10, a lot of people didn't go that route. They may have gone later on in life if they have that accessibility. And then also there's the karmic aspect too. The karmic aspect being, why did this particular soul choose to incarnate into this experience? Yes, it's been a while, but we're going to get a little metaphysical, okay? Why did the soul choose to incarnate into this specific experience with these sets of circumstances? On an energetic level, the things we experience are neither positive nor negative. They are just experiences for the soul to elevate. But on a physical level, shit can be fucked up at times. So let's just call it as it is. And trying to navigate that in a compassionate and a nurturing way is something that a lot struggle with. And I think that the best way to approach it is really to take a step back and take a break. Yes, to take a break, and to check in on you. Check in on you. I recently read an interesting book. I'm considering putting in the description box the books that I'm reading, like currently reading. And I read a book that was very fascinating. It was called The Psychology of Money. Definitely check that out. And it was so fascinating because it talked about how money itself is very emotional. I talked about it before here and on a Ray Tarot of just like stocks and stuff, and that just being like basically people's emotional reactions to things, fear and hope. Money is very emotional. And because of those things, a person can tie their experience. A lot of people are trying to keep up with the Joneses, or what I found very fascinating about the book is it found through each decade what basically the world, but then it narrowed down into the US, what the US or how the US was looking at money during those times. And an interesting point, I'll let you check out the book yourself to get more. An interesting point is based off of when you were born, that is going to deeply impact your belief of money, so much so that you believe that that's just how money is. So someone born in the Depression is going to experience money at a different time than someone who is born during a very prosperous time, or even if you're born into a certain financial family system. And so much of money is really this false sense that if you have a lot of money, you have a lot of freedom. But what we know about some of the most paid professions is that, look, let me tell you, more money, more problems, and also more stress. And so freedom, taking a break, is accessible to everyone right now. It's accessible to everyone right now, and I'm going to show you how. So, just inhale, just exhale, just inhale, just exhale, just inhale, yourself. Ask yourself, do you love yourself? Whatever comes up, experience that. Because how you feel on a day-to-day basis will change. It's normal. And euphoria is temporary. Sadness is temporary. Things go ebb and flow. But the more important thing that happiness is trying to chase is really a sense of self-love. The reason why people anchor to money or anchor to fame or anchor to some type of clout that is relative to whatever it is they're experiencing, even if it's in a small group, even if it's just in their family system, wanting to get that external validation, is because it is a lack of self-love. So, if you want to solve all these things, you have to start with the self. The self. The self. And that means being much more compassionate, allowing yourself to be a human, to have happy days, and to have not happy days, and know that that is a regular human response. But to truly get to the crux, or to what's really important, which is self-love, and specifically 100% accepting yourself. So, I'm going to remove anything that is getting in the way of you accepting yourself. And as you're breathing in and out on your own, I want you to say, I accept myself. I accept myself. I accept myself. I accept myself. Continue to say it. I accept myself. I accept myself. I accept myself. I accept myself. Continue to say it. I accept myself. Accept myself. I 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 accept myself. Then say, I forgive myself. 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 Forgive myself. I 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 forgive myself for not being compassionate towards myself. I forgive myself for not being compassionate towards myself. I forgive myself for not being compassionate towards myself. I forgive myself for not being compassionate towards myself. Continue to say that. Continue to say it internally. Say whatever you need to say in this moment. And let's build a life of happiness. So as we are kind of breaking down these walls or these blinders that you've had on, just picking that up and just taking the pressure off your shoulders. Let's set you up with a life that is in balance, in balance, in balance, in balance, in balance, in balance. Okay, okay, okay. Tell me one thing you would like to do that will make you happy, that you feel like you have access to do. Tell me one thing. It can be anything, doesn't have to be healing related. Something that would put a smile on your face, that you know if you did it every day, it would make you happy. You just feel like you don't have the time to do it. Give me that one thing. Pull it out. I'm going to pull it out of you. And I'm going to bless you with it. Envision yourself doing that thing every day, or whatever cadence feels comfortable to you. And I want to take my hands, place push down to root you in it. I'm pushing it all the way down to make it a reality. So 90% of your time is spent just thinking about things that you did wrong in the past or how things won't work out, when that 90% could be repurposed into doing this one thing. So we have to remove the thoughts, the suffering, the self-inflicted suffering, and replace it with whatever that thing is. So, in the comment section, I want you to write what that thing is. Whatever that thing is. Just go ahead and put that. I'm just going to take a couple moments to just infuse it back into your heart. Heart, 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 heart. Now breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out at your own pace. You don't have to go as fast or as slow as I'm going. And then exhale. Let the burdens go. Because consent matters. Do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I touch you? Okay. Dear Mother, Father, God, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to the Reiki Masters, the Ascended Masters, Master Jesus, Master Buddha, Master Katumi, Yamonja, Oshun, Mawu, and all the Taras. Please connect us to the Archangels, Spirit Guides, Animal Guides, Lineage, Ancestors, and all for the highest vibrational good only, rooting us down in our individual healing experience and bringing us together as a community. I say all of this in the name of I Am Ashe. 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 So, continue to come back here nightly for your nightly self-care. One of the most pivotal things I tell clients in one-on-one sessions is that they have to hold a healing space for themselves in every healing spaces in person and online has been so different because I knew I loved distance healing. I knew that's what I wanted to focus on, but it wasn't until I started to go in, do the work, be consistent, consistently offering this healing space that I'm like, this is nice. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. I mean, down to the moment of when I met my teacher. And the craziest thing hold space for yourself. Come back every night and have these moments with each other. Trust in yourself. Thank you for allowing me to live my purpose. Thank you for allowing me to facilitate this space of your empowerment and happiness. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I touch you? Okay. Dear Mother, Father, God, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to the Reiki Master just relaxing and being confident in yourself. Remove the fear by relaxing, and remove the fear by relaxing and being confident within yourself. Remove the fear by relaxing and being confident within yourself. Remove the fear by relaxing and being confident in yourself. Confident in yourself. Confident in yourselves. Remove the fear. Remove the fear. Remove the fear and be confident session. It is my favorite stone because it is a stone of the root chakra. And it is a stone of great balance, of great security. So when people experience just a state of not being in balance, some type of chaos, something unexpected, whether that throws off your internal or external equilibrium, this is a wonderful stone for that. Why? Because it reminds you of who you are. It reminds you of who you are. Everything that makes you special, everything that makes you powerful, everything that roots you into who you are. Not the faces that we put on in front of other people for certain situations, but who we really are. And who you really are is 100% strength, 100% peace, 100% balance, 100% openness to whatever it is that is important in your life. That is it. That is it. That is it. So this is the end. This is the end of a karmic cycle. The type of cycle in which fear may have prevented you from living the life that you truly should have been living. But now what you have instead is a new opportunity in starting over. But there's this sense of surrendering, and all that surrendering is saying, let go of the old image of yourself. Accept the powerful, true image of yourself, and just be at one with the experience. Be at one with the experience. Nothing is set in stone, so that means uncertainty. And uncertain times make people feel like, oh my gosh, why can't so-and-so make a decision? Or why can't this just move? Not realizing that this is literally the secret to life. One of the many secrets, okay? But one of these secrets to life is that during uncertain times, nothing is set in stone. So the world is as moldable as you need it to be. Is that not fucking amazing? Like, I don't mean to be like a metaphysical nerd and get a little amped up, but what we're sensing as, oh, this is uncertain, I don't know what to do, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, paralyzed, is really an opportunity to say, okay, I embrace the discomfort. Who gives a fuck about that? Smooth right on over here to say, wow, what do I want to do and what do I want to accomplish? I'm going to remove everything out of my life that no longer serves me and bring into the life something that brings the highest experience. And you will typically know you're doing this because the more things that you kind of push to the side of like, no, this isn't serving, the more use you actually make of your time, less needing to kind of like mindlessly scroll just to get that quick, like, fix a feeling like, oh, I'm important is very slow burning. It will sustain itself. Energetically, it feels very like I'm safe. That's what it feels like. It feels like I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. Okay. And so just creating a space here where you know you're safe. You're safe as you are. No matter what leg of the journey you're on, you are safe as you are. You are safe as you are. So let's create this life that you want, okay? And to really get the life that you want to create, 9 times out of 10, you already know what you like, you know what brings you meaning in your life, but it's just really hard to pursue the things because it might require you to learn something new, or might require you to be resilient in a way that you may have never learned how to be, okay? You might be freaking out over the little stuff, and what you want is really an accumulation of being able to get past all of these little moments. And what that really is finding a way to find mental balance. And working your mind is the same thing as working your body. So you want to build a muscle. So in order to build a muscle, you have to actually tear the muscle, little micro tears. So when you lift up something, this is mad random, but I just happen to have this here, and it's kind of funny because it's just a big ass papaya. Like, it's perfect. Something told me to put this here. Okay, for the demonstration. So when you want to, get a bigger muscle, you gotta work it out. And so this is my pretend weight. This is my papaya. I'm working out the muscle, okay? And the more and more you work out the muscle, the more you have these little micro tears that happen in the muscle. And then the body comes in to heal those spaces. And that's how the muscle grows and expands. So there's a little bit more behind that, meaning you need to have adequate protein specifically for muscles in order for the body to have the resources it needs to fill in the gaps. Because if it doesn't, then it's going to start to pull away from the other nutrients from your body. But besides that, I don't want to get it too complicated. The same thing is for your mind. If you want to have the life that you really want, okay, whatever that is, it requires you to grow and expand. And that means you gotta work the mental muscle too. And that means there's gonna be a challenge. That lifting up is a challenge. Anything in front of you is a challenge. In facing the challenge, 9 times out of 10, when you face it, every moment up until that moment, you're like cringing. You're like, then you actually face it. It probably isn't even as bad as you think. And then afterwards, you look around and you're like, why did I waste so much time on this? Not realizing that getting through challenges actually encourages us to grow bigger. Because think about it, when you were younger, there were things you were really afraid of, okay? I had I'm gonna be honest here. When I was 10, I had mismatched socks on, and I took my shoes off one time and someone was like, you have on mismatched socks, and I was like, oh my gosh. As an adult, steady. So stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop assuming you need to be somewhere else, in a different place or a different personality. Stop putting on faces for other people or other things, and just get real comfy and cozy with yourself. I guarantee that you're really fun and really amazing, okay? This is an opportunity for you to be okay with moving on from your karmic past. You want to have better relationships. You want to have better money. You want to feel more fulfilled. You want to have better family relationships. Let go of the old habits in which you used to interact with these situations, and embrace who you really are. Now, who you really are, that's going to take a little bit more time, because you get to explore yourself each and every day, learning new and fun things. Start seeing challenges and those moments of feeling uncomfortable as a good sign that you're growing. Because the safe bet doesn't always mean security. But following your purpose, your intuition, your life, and your passion will always mean fulfillment. Remember, there's no such thing as failure. Literally just fall forward. Sounds good to me. And be at one with yourself. I really, really love this. I really love this sound bowl. The niceness of nails, right? Okay. If you want to hear what it sounds like. I actually like it better like this. So peaceful. It always reminds me of going in and coming out of meditation. So, nothing is set in stone. Create this life that you want. You can do it. You can do it. And this was not an intended bonus or surprise, but I will also now tap on this papaya. Does it sound good? It sounds good to me. I actually really like the way this sounds. Gosh, look how massive this thing is. Staples I get every week. Papaya. Sometimes I don't get a papaya every week. I don't do that. Plantains. Yucca. I do berries. I do like salad mix, like spinach, arugula, stuff like that. Some other stuff too. I don't know why I'm sharing this, but I hope you enjoyed this papaya. Well, family, as you know, say a prayer. Okay. May I touch you? Okay. Dear Mother, Father, God, and all for the highest vibrational good, only please connect us to the Reiki Masters, the Ascended Masters, Master Jesus, Master Buddha, Master Katumi, Yamoja, Oshun, Mawu, and all the Taras. Please connect us to the Archangel, Spirit Guides, Animal Guides, our lineage, our ancestors, and all for the highest vibrational good, only rooting us down in our individual healing experience and bringing us together as a community. I say all of this in the name of I Am. Ashe. 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 Okay. Gotta get some cinnamon just to set the mood of removing these negative thoughts, and to give a couple of words of encouragement before then. First and foremost, negative thoughts happens to everyone, and more than anything, it is simply a habit that everyone has. And in order to break free from negative thoughts, same thing with much more uplifting thoughts. The more times that you think of uplifting thoughts, the more likely that you will naturally think of uplifting thoughts. I know it's supposed to be much more magical when really it is quite simple. This is an easy one today, okay? So let's go in and remove some of those negative thoughts that are just getting in the way. Energetically and astrologically, right now there's probably been this feeling and then sensation of the heart not matching the mind, or having a difficult time being able to feel balanced. You might feel ruffled lately by things that just don't matter. They just don't matter. And not understand why it's impacting you so much. It is completely normal. Many people are facing it. On top of that, sometimes we just need energetically to remove some of those negative thoughts. So the first one is anything that has to do with self-doubt. Let's go ahead and remove that one out. Anything that has to do with uncertainty, we're going to move that one out. Anything that has to do with a low sense of belief in yourself, or anything that has to do with something that is preventing you from exploring or being able to go on this adventure of life. Life is an opportunity to explore that of which we don't know constantly. And sometimes a fear of that can just put us in a negative cycle. So I'm going to just take these thoughts, remove them. First of all, energetically speaking, we can remove from the aura itself. Then we can go into that third eye crown and even into the thoughts, the feelings, and the beliefs to be able to shift energetically. So as I'm pulling out, this is what we do in the Patreon community. I'm explaining things, but as I pull out, that is the energetic shift that is happening in order to better align or correlate with a calmer sense of self, a more aligned sense of self, and just relaxation in general, right? Because who doesn't want to be relaxed from time to time? So anything from the past, anything from what we perceive as something that's really far into the future, let's take it away and let's remove it and send it on to its next evolutionary path. Because even energy is repurposed, you know. This makes me think of the difference between repurposing and recycling. Repurposing is when you don't have to go through a process again. You can just take it, send it on its way to be used for something else, rather than recycling is going through a process, taking that material, turning it into something else. So here What is it just you standing here looking at the stars, realizing that we're just like a cell on a big rock in space? What is it that keeps you grounded? What is it that, outside of all these other systems that you feel like is your foundational elements that keep you kind of grounded, centered, and feeling enough, not getting lost in these negative thoughts? It can be a combination of so many things, but let's make sure you feel and know that you are enough. It does not require you to be religious. It doesn't mean that you have to not be religious. It's just saying that to the core of you, you are enough. No matter where you're at in your path, you are enough. No matter what the past was, you are enough. And that removing these thoughts that are no longer serving you is something that you deserve to have. You deserve to have that peace and that comfort. There's also one more thing. Okay. And that one more thing is, not only do you know that you are enough, but do you feel that you have enough? Now, feeling like you have enough has nothing to do with having goals and reaching and meeting those goals. But at the core of you, are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with what you have in life? Are you grateful for that? And then anything that's bonus, that's fun to have too. There's so many people across so many backgrounds, so many income levels, so many different paths in life who do not feel like they have enough. So no matter how much money you get, you don't feel like you have enough. Or how many people who know you or celebrate you Say to yourself 3 times, I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. I am so grateful for my life. I am so grateful for my life. I am so grateful for my life. And just keep on doing that as we have the final touches of removing those negative thoughts. Okay, 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 okay. Good job. How do you feel? Oh. Well, family, you did an excellent job. Let's go ahead and clear you out. I hope you have been enjoying Surprise April. More surprises to come. Don't forget the giveaway and don't forget the gratitude communities. Links in the description box, and come on over to Patreon when we're doing all kinds of fun stuff. And there's also an Array Tarot tier, so check out Array Tarot and check out the podcast. But if no one has said it, smooth you over, seal you with the sun.